the moment that I've been waiting for. I know you haven't been waiting for it. You didn't know it was coming, but this is the day where I get a chance to talk to you guys about my build, about my bike, my 2024 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail Classic that I have affectionately named Believer. Okay, everybody, this is my chance to introduce to you guys my baby, my motorcycle, my 2024 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail Classic, my muscle Vikla, the bike that I affectionately know as Believer. Like many of you, I've owned so many different bikes. I'm a new rider, but I immediately fell in love with this whole motorcycle lifestyle, the whole Harley-Davidson brotherhood, sisterhood, family, whatever you want to call it. And so I dove in headfirst a while back with my first purchase, which was a 2024 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy, and I nicknamed that bike Bluish. I loved it. She was shark skin blue. She's absolutely gorgeous, but it was probably too much for me to handle as my very first bike. But you know, while I was doing all the research and I was doing all the learning and I was going out there and I was reading all the blogs and looking at all the channels, man, there's just so much to this stuff. There's the whole issue of do you replace the seat immediately? And obviously everything that you look at on the internet or on YouTube, or if you go to the rallies, Daytona, Biketoberfest, obviously the first thing they do is tell you that you got to replace the seat. And then after everybody tells you that you got to replace the seat, they tell you that you got to replace the bars. And then after everybody tells you that you got to replace the seat, and then you got to do the bars, and then you must do the exhaust. And by the time you've done the seat and the bars and the exhaust, you're about $3 or $4 grand into it. Then everybody hits you with the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, blah, blah, blah. And here we go, and you're down that rabbit hole. You're about $6,000 to $7,000 in on your bike. You ain't even made your first payment yet. And there you are. But I fell for it all, hook, line, and sinker, and I love Harley-Davidson. I love motorcycles. I've test driven so many other different types of motorcycles. It's just my thing. It's a bug that bit me. And I got it, and I got it bad. But along the way, I decided, hey, you know what? I think I want a bagger. I'm gonna get out of this whole Softail thing. Even though I love the Softail frame, I loved everything about the bike. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get me a bagger next. And so I went and bought me a Street Glide. And you know what? I love that thing. And just like with my Fat Boy, I started with the seat, and then I put seats on there, and then I had different windshields, and now I'm into windshields. And then after that, I went into customizing the bike. I got grips, I got all this, I got all of that. It's the bike that's never done. And if you're part of the Harley-Davidson family, the brotherhood, sisterhood, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's the bike that's never done. But you know what? I was still solid on it. But the whole stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then I don't know if you can hear the roaring interstate of I-4 here in beautiful Orlando, Florida, which is where I live. But man, I spend more time on I-4 than I do riding the regular roads, and just me and the bagger and 100 degrees in Florida just really weren't getting along, and I kind of had my fill. So I said, you know what? But somewhere around the time that I made up my mind, I was getting ready to get something new, and I took a trip to the West Coast. And when I got to the West Coast, I went to the San Diego Harley-Davidson. I went to Corona Island. I went to all the different dealerships on the West Coast that I could go to when I was traveling out there. And let me tell you, I saw something different. West Coast style, the Vicla, is totally different than East Coast and in the South where I live. Man, let me tell you, what they were doing, the bikes out there was crazy. For the first time ever, I saw the fishtails. I saw the spoke rim. I saw everything that the guys on the East Coast were trying to be like in reality. I knew that when I got home, this next build, the next thing I was going to do, I wasn't going to half-step it. I was going to go all out, and I wanted it from the start. So I couldn't wait to get back home to Florida. When I flew in from the West Coast and I got back, I immediately went to Harley, and I told them, guys, it's time for a new bike. And that's where the vision for this one began. I knew I wanted a West Coast style Vicla. And let me put a thumbnail right there. So many times I hear people say Cholo style. Well, Cholo style is technically correct only if you're saying, I want a Mexican motorcycle, because that's what Cholo means. It's Mexican. But the Spanish word for motorcycle there is Vicla. And so you don't necessarily want to build a Cholo, because you can't build a Mexican. You want to build a Vicla. So I knew I was going to build a motorcycle. It's going to be West Coast style. I love what they're doing with it. And so I started building what I call my muscle Vicla. Now, none of that stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, all that. From the moment that I made up my mind, I went to Harley and I said, hey, I'm going to want you to go ahead and build me the motor that I'm going to deal with from the very start. And Harley says, hey, Cliff, we got your back. Let's go ahead and put a stage 4 131 in that before you ever take delivery. I listen to my guys. I know my guys. I love all the people at Orlando Harley-Davidson, and they hooked me up, and I never took delivery of the bike. It went straight back to the shop, and my guy, Caleb, shop foreman, Orlando Harley-Davidson, best Harley-Davidson in America, in my humble opinion. Caleb went to work building my motor, and he built me a beast. And what would happen next is, just like all my other bikes, this one would start to take form, and we began the build from there. This is my 2024 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail Classic 131 Stage 4 Beast. So I guess I'll begin with the windshield. You can probably see that this is not standard Harley-Davidson windshield. I did need a little bit more wind protection. This is the Freedom Shield. I think this is the 19-inch one with a slight tint to it. Did everything I needed it to do. Absolutely love it. As far as the headlights go, you know, I left the headlights the same with exception of the passing lamps, the fog lamps, call them what you want. These are straight up custom dynamics. The 2024 models, unlike the 2025s and 2026s, they didn't come with the LEDs all the way around. So on this model, if you're gonna have it, you needed to put it on yourself. So I went with the Custom Dynamics setup. I actually have Custom Dynamics Pro Glow lights on here as well, so that at night, you know, it's got that extra bling. You'll probably see that in another video later. You'll notice that I have a different set of bars on here. Now these bars here I absolutely love. They are from Wings Customs, and they are 14 inches, and oh man, they absolutely look great. I'm in love with the bars. And to complement the bars, and I do need to add that these bars, if you haven't figured out yet, they are not your standard size. They're actually 2 inches thick. To complement them, I went with a set of engine guards from Wings that they match the bike, and they're also 2 inches thick. I forgot the particular, you know, nickname for these, but man, they look great. They look great on the bike. They complement the bike. The look is absolutely what I was looking for. It is that West Coast Vicla style that I was looking for. Big shout out to Wings Customs, Sao Paulo, Brazil, for making this bike bling. I went with, as you can see, chrome all the way around to complement the bars. The controls, I went ahead and ordered those from Harley-Davidson. They look very good with the bike. As far as the levers go, I went with the Oberon. You can see that right there. Let me make sure that that's clear. Listen, for all my kings out there with short fingers, you guys know the drill. I got tired of my fingers being tired. I got tired of trying to extend them out. These are adjustable hand controls from Oberon. They came in chrome. They look good. I dialed them in. So now I'm ready to go out and meet with Robert, be the boss, to do my slow speed drills because I can actually control the friction zone. Big shout out to Wings Customs, big shout out to Oberon. I appreciate that. So again, I went with rock form with regards to the phone mount. Looks great, works great on the phone, does everything I needed to do, complements the grip, complements the chrome controls, complements everything else that I did with the bike. Absolutely love it. Going on down, I pulled off the original, as you can see, I pulled off the original tank emblems, and I put CVO tank emblems on there. I think they match the style much better. They complement the little gas tank, custom gas cap I put on there. But listen, I like this look. It just kind of completes the bike a little bit more. The CVO style looks good on there. It works for me. I absolutely love it. With regards to some of the other things on the bike, you'll see that obviously, like I said, I went with the Stage 4 131, but to make sure that she was breathing okay, I went with the Trask Assault Air Cleaner. Also put the cam cover to match that. Trash Products, big shout out for making this bike absolutely gorgeous. You got another breather inside there. I got a transmission cover on the other side. Trash just made the bike pop. With regards to the exhaust, I went with the Bassani 2-in-1 Road Rage 3. Now this, I absolutely love this exhaust. It looks great on the bike. The 2-in-1 is what I needed to make sure that I got the maximum amount of horsepower out of the bike. Looks good, sounds good. I'll let you hear it in a minute, get a cold start so that you can hear just how good that exhaust does sound. As far as the boards down there, I went with, I would call them like Adversary Collection. I got them from Amazon. They look good, they meet the purpose. Actually, my brake pad right there came from Amazon, and they make the bike look good. And you can see here I went with matching passenger boards as well. Now, it's interesting where I got the highway pegs from. They came from Zero. They made one that fit what I needed because I have short legs and I didn't need my feet trying to reach past the actual engine guards. So Zero made a highway peg that fit my bike well, and I absolutely love the way they fit on there. As you can see, we've got some additional other chrome dress-up parts on there. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so what we got next is something that you're not gonna find on any other Vicla, any other in America. Yeah, that's a bold claim. That's the chrome swing arm. When I take the bag off, and I will in a second so you guys can see the look, we took some of the parts on this build and we shipped them off and we had them chromed, and it's absolutely popping. Looks great when I take the bags off, and I can't wait to show that look to you guys. What's next is the seat. Now, Cliff, you said that you changed the seat. I absolutely did. When I initially got this bike, I took it from the stock seat, which you see now, to a Saddleman road sofa. And I put about 500 miles on the Saddleman. And I'm gonna be honest with you, did not do a thing for me. In fact, to be honest with you, I kept on sliding to the front every time I got ready to stop. It just didn't work for me. Wasn't what I was looking for in terms of performance. So me and the Saddleman soon parted. So after the Saddleman, the next thing I did was I went and purchased one from Ormond Beach. I went to the Corbin Seat Factory. No, unfair. I bought a Mustang seat. And I put the Mustang seat on there, and me and Mustang were soon parted. I bought that Mustang seat at the Leesburg Bike Fest from the actual Mustang vendor there. And so me and Mustang were soon parted. And after that, I went to the Corbin outlet in beautiful Ormond Beach, Florida, and I purchased a Corbin seat. And let me just say that's to be continued, because Corbin immediately offered a chance for me to ship the seat to California where they do some work on it. There's a metal piece of something in the back of that seat that's not agreeing with my hind end. We're gonna see how that turns out. Next, I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I took the soft bags off that come on these bikes and I replaced it with hard bags. I purchased the Hogworks frame and assembly, and then I went on to Amazon, and I purchased bags, and the hard bags look so much better on this bike. Now, if you're part of any Softail forum, you know that that is something that everybody fusses about. Oh, hardtail, hard bags, soft bags. Why don't you just go get a Road King? Why don't you just go? You will hear guys talk trash about everything. Look, it's my bike, build it the way I want it, and I absolutely love the look of the hard bags on the Vicla. So there you have it. As far as wheels go, yes, 21 on the front, 16 on the rear. These are DNA diamond spoke rims. And when the sun is shining, they absolutely bling like there's no tomorrow. I love it. Love the rims. Love the look. And they basically help complete the Vicla style that I was going for. DNA, big shout out to you for what you did for the bike. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Miscellaneous parts here and there, as you guys can see. We've added some extra chrome. We've added the Willie G foot pegs right there. So we did do the back wheel. What's missing on our bike? Let me see. She sounds absolutely great. She performs great. She looks great. And this is the Believer. Harley, this is what your Softails should look like. Bring back the supplies and the parts for the Heritage. Bring back the Softail Deluxe. Listen, you can find parts for every type of bike there is out there. But when it comes to the modern Softail that's not a lowrider ST or just a lowrider, I mean, it's really slim pickings. Us guys out there who are riding these Heritages, who are really building things West Coast style, we need you to go back out and commit to the parts industry and the aftermarket parts industry for our Heritage bikes. Because when built properly, hey, looks better than a Road King. And since you discontinued the Road King, you may as well build this out. So, it's just my opinion. I know some of you guys may or may not like it, but ladies and gentlemen, this is my 2024 Heritage Softail Classic, also known as Believer. Now, do me a favor, drop a comment if you like or dislike this type of bike. Let me know in the comment section. And really, truly, if you like hard bags or soft bags, I want to hear your opinion. I know I asked for it. I know I'm gonna get the smart comments. But let me hear it. Big shout out to Custom Dynamics. Big shout out to Wings Custom Bars. Big shout out to Trash. Big shout out to Zero. Big shout out to Harley-Davidson Aftermarket Parts. Big shout out to even Amazon, TCMT. Big shout out to all the people that I call and that I bug to death about parts for my bike. I love you. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you guys at the next bike week, at the next bike rally, at the next drag strip. Run what you brung, baby. You got something naturally aspirated. I'm looking for pink slips. Okay, guys. This is CycleCEO. You can call me Cliff. Signing out. God bless. Talk to you guys later. Bye.